In business, we are taught that playing it safe is the smart move. But in the kingdom, playing it safe is a death sentence. In Matthew 25, from verse 14 to 30, the master didn't fire the third servant because he was a bad guy. He fired him because he was stagnant. Think about Blockbuster. They had the resources, the customers, and the brand. But when the market shifted to streaming, they buried their talent. They chose the safety of brick and mortar over the risk of innovation. Kodak actually invented the digital camera, but they were so afraid of hurting their firm sales that they hid the technology in a digital background. They acted exactly like the third servant. They protected the past and lost the future. After 17 years in manufacturing management, I can tell you that playing it safe is actually walking towards failure. Today, we are breaking down the 4 laws of strategic stewardship to ensure your business, your career, and your capital don't end up in the hole in the ground. Now, the first point we're going to look at is that resources follow ability. In Matthew 25, from verse 15, the Bible says that to each according to his own ability. The master didn't distribute equally. He distributed strategically. Why? Because skill is a magnet for resources. Now, over the years in manufacturing, I've seen 2 people start on the same floor. One stays as a general laborer for 20 years. The other builds a skill. They either become a red seal welder, a CNC programmer, or a Lean Six Sigma expert. Why do lawyers and doctors earn more? It's not just in the title. It is the built ability to solve complex problems. If you're praying for more talent, more money, more responsibility, are you building the ability to manage them? Resources are a magnet. They are attracted to the highest level of skill. Now, the second point here is the multiplication mandate. The first 2 servants didn't just save, they traded. It's a venture capitalist. Don't give money to people who promise to keep it safe. They invest in profitable growing engines. Look at the stock market. Share prices don't rise because a company is nice. They rise because the market believes that the company will multiply its earnings. Now, if I have a machine on my shop floor that sits idle, it's a liability. It's buried. A machine only provides a return when it's running. In Matthew 25 verse 29, the master makes it clear. If you develop the little you have, the system is designed to give you more. Now, the third point is the danger of stagnation. The master called the third servant wicked and lazy. Why? Because he didn't even do the minimum. The master said, at the very least, he should have put the money in the bank for interest. If you aren't ready to run a business, you must at least put the money in the market. Historically, the stock market grows on the average at 10% annually. With tools these days like the low ETFs, high savings account, or fixed interest growth account like CDs or GICs, there is no excuse for 0% growth. The Bible says in Proverbs 6 verse 10, a little sleep, a little slumber, and poverty will come on you like a thief. I've seen shops refuse to use AI for invoicing or OCR for order processing because it's too much work to set up. I've also seen businesses refuse to innovate because they are too lazy to invest in changes. As a result, they were erased out. Laziness is refusing to use your creativity and your capital to improve your income. If you aren't moving forward, inflation is moving you backwards. And the fourth point here is that fear is not a strategy. The third servant's only excuse was, I was afraid. In the kingdom and in the boardroom, fear is not an excuse. It's a liability. To grow, you must risk your resources. You cannot have the reward of the first 2 servants if you have the mindset of the third. Whether you're looking at the business acquisition or a new business endeavor, fear will tell you to stay in the hole. Now, but remember, the master punished the servant for not trying. You cannot have the well done without the risk. In conclusion, you need a self-audit. Don't be a Kodak, don't be a Blockbuster, and definitely don't be the third servant. Ask yourself today, is my talent, my money, or my skill currently in the hole? What is the one trade I'm going to make this month to ensure multiplication? Comment below with the word multiply if you are committed to growing what you've been given this year. Hit subscribe and let's lead by the book. I'm Kenneth Ujimado and I will see you in the next one.